Freddy Krueger, clawed glove. A clawed glove should never make your heart race. One scrape is enough to tell you Freddy is coming. Springwood. Tina drifts asleep. A boiler room. Steam hisses. Silence. Then steel screams across the pipes. Freddy raises a glove fitted with razor-sharp blades. He smiles. He waits. Then he strikes. And honestly, that scrape still makes your stomach drop. Then, the glove stops feeling like a weapon and starts feeling like Freddy himself. Tina wakes, and the cuts from the dream are real. The nightmare follows her into waking life, proving open eyes cannot stop Freddy. The glove announces him before his burned face ever appears. From that moment, even sleep never feels safe again. The scrape becomes Freddy's signature. Next, an ordinary kitchen knife becomes unforgettable. Michael Myers, kitchen knife. Every home has a kitchen knife. Michael Myers makes one impossible to forget. Haddonfield. Laurie Strode spends Halloween babysitting. She looks across the street. Michael is watching. She looks again. He's gone. Night falls. A stolen kitchen knife hangs at his side. No footsteps, no warning. He never runs. He just keeps coming. You can almost feel Laurie running out of places to hide. That's when the knife becomes less like a tool and more like his signature. Bob hits the wall. The blade stays buried. Michael tilts his head, quietly admiring what he's done. Afterward, every kitchen drawer feels a little different, even in your own home. An ordinary kitchen knife never feels quite so ordinary after Michael Myers carries it. Michael lets silence do the frightening. Somewhere else, murder is about to become a performance. Art the Clown, hacksaw and weapon bag. Most killers carry one weapon. Art the Clown arrives with an entire arsenal. Miles County, Halloween night. Inside an abandoned building, Art turns his weapon bag into part of the show. Dawn hangs upside down. Art reaches inside the bag. He smiles. Then he lifts a rusted hacksaw. Man, that bag makes every object feel dangerous. Only now does the bag reveal why Art never needs just one signature tool. The hacksaw bites through flesh because Art treats every kill like a performance, turning each tool into another cruel act of the show. You stop wondering if Art will kill and start wondering how. Art turns every weapon into a performance. Jason only needs one blade and silence. Jason Voorhees' machete. A machete was built for clearing trails. Jason Voorhees turned it into one of horror's most unmistakable signatures. Across the franchise, Jason's machete becomes less about one kill and more about his entire silhouette. No warning, no speech, just another step. The machete hangs at his side, but that is exactly why it feels inevitable. You already know nobody wants to see that blade rise. The machete doesn't feel like something Jason carries. It feels like part of his silhouette. Every swing feels simple, heavy, and final because Jason never wastes movement. That steady weight becomes just as recognizable as the hockey mask itself. That is why the machete feels less like a tool and more like his silhouette. Some weapons rely on silent force. Others can be heard long before they ever strike. Leatherface chainsaw. You hear the chainsaw long before you ever see Leatherface. That's what makes every step feel desperate. Rural Texas. Sally runs through the darkness. The chainsaw roars somewhere behind her. She doesn't look back because she already knows who's coming. Leatherface charges after her, swinging the chainsaw through the night. And honestly, that sound alone is enough to make your heart race. Long before Leatherface reaches the screen, the roar has already announced his arrival. The chase never slows. The engine keeps screaming as Sally fights to stay alive, turning every rev into another warning that escape is slipping away. The chainsaw became more than a tool because its sound alone tells audiences exactly who is coming. Once you hear that engine, Leatherface is already there. Some weapons fill the air with noise. Others look completely harmless until somebody picks them up. Chucky, knife. A toy should make children feel safe. Chucky makes a knife impossible to ignore. Across the franchise, the knife becomes Chucky's simplest signature. Small, familiar, and completely wrong in a doll's hand. A good guy doll shouldn't be moving. Chucky steps closer. A kitchen knife catches the light. The smile never fades. Man, that's the moment childhood suddenly feels a lot less innocent. Suddenly, the knife isn't frightening because it's sharp. It's frightening because Chucky is holding it. The blade isn't iconic because it's large. It's iconic because it looks completely wrong in a doll's hand. One simple kitchen knife made childhood feel just a little less safe. One knife looks terrifying in tiny hands. Another proves it can belong to absolutely anyone. Ghostface knife. A hunting knife should not make a phone call feel dangerous. Ghostface turned both into the perfect trap. Casey Becker answers the phone. One question, then another. The voice stays calm.
Can you see me?
But every answer makes the silence feel heavier. You already know this call is going somewhere terrible. Ghostface appears outside, knife raised, and Casey has nowhere left to run. Only now does every question suddenly have a blade behind it. The knife never changes, which is exactly why anyone behind the mask can become Ghostface. Every attack feels personal because the blade always brings the danger frighteningly close. One ordinary hunting knife keeps reminding you that the real monster could be anyone. Some blades leave visible scars. Some ordinary objects never need a blade at all. Samara cursed videotape. One videotape is all it takes. Samara turned pressing play into a death sentence. Rachel watches the strange videotape. Disturbing images flicker across the screen. Then the phone rings. 7 days.
7 days.
That phone call makes the quiet feel dangerous. The curse doesn't choose its victims. They awaken at the moment they press play. Rachel doesn't pick up a blade or trigger a trap. She simply watches, which means the videotape turns ordinary curiosity into the deadliest decision anyone could make. Samara crawls from the television because the curse was invited in the moment the tape began. Pressing play quietly seals a fate that no one can ever outrun. Some nightmares give you 7 days. Others give you 1 minute to prove you want life. Jigsaw, reverse bear trap. Some weapons kill without warning. The reverse bear trap gives you 1 minute to earn survival. Amanda wakes in a filthy room. A metal trap is locked around her head. A television crackles to life. Jigsaw calmly explains the rules. 60 seconds. The timer starts. Imagine knowing every tick could be your last. Once the countdown begins, every choice suddenly carries a price. Amanda attacks Donnie Greco, cuts the key from his stomach, and unlocks the device just before its jaws snap open. The device is terrifying because it turns survival into self-mutilation. The trap doesn't simply punish its victims. It demands something terrible before granting another chance. Sometimes surviving is the hardest part of the test. Jigsaw makes pain feel designed. Next, madness only needs an axe and a locked door. Jack Torrance axe. An axe belongs in a woodshed. Jack Torrance carries it into his family's last safe place.
Wendy, I'm home.
The Overlook Hotel falls silent. Wendy locks herself inside the bathroom. Jack raises an axe. One swing splinters the door. Another strike, another crack. That scene still makes you brace for the next swing. Every blow tears away the idea that a locked door can keep anyone safe. Wood bursts across the room. Jack forces his face through the shattered opening.
Here's Johnny.
Wendy screams as the axe keeps crashing through splintered wood, leaving nowhere truly safe anymore. The axe does not just break the door, it breaks the last idea of safety. One axe turns a family refuge into a prison. Some weapons break through doors. The next one answers when you say his name. Candyman Hook. One rusted hook transformed an old legend into one of horror's most unforgettable silhouettes. Helen Lyle stands before a mirror and says Candyman's name 5 times. Nothing happens. She walks away believing the legend is only a story. That's exactly why the silence feels so convincing. Only later does that unmistakable hook prove the legend was never just a story.
I came for you.
Candyman finally appears, and the hook turns an old myth into terrifying reality. His presence confirms every whispered warning people dismissed for generations. The hook became the shape of Candyman's legend, making his silhouette instantly recognizable long before he ever spoke. You do not need to see his face first. The hook already tells you who answered. One hook gave an old legend a silhouette nobody ever forgot. One hook turns a whispered legend into terror. One sledgehammer turns care into captivity. Annie Wilkes, Sledgehammer. Annie Wilkes never needed a mask. A sledgehammer and absolute certainty were always enough. Paul Sheldon lies helpless in bed. Annie places a wooden block between Paul's feet. She smiles. She calmly tells him it's for his own good. That's the terrifying part. She honestly believes she's helping him. The hammer feels worse because it arrives with a caretaker's voice.
I realize you just need more time.
From that moment, the sledgehammer carries Annie's obsession instead of her kindness.
It's for the best.
She brings the sledgehammer down, breaking both ankles. She never doubts that love requires complete obedience from Paul. The sledgehammer became unforgettable because it turns care into control and control into horror. making Annie far more frightening than any masked killer. One ordinary tool made kindness feel more terrifying than rage ever could.